What's going on, traders? This is Jack with the Trading Tribe. Welcome back to the channel where we're going to go through my most recent swing trade in the natural gas futures market. This is one of my favorite futures contracts to trade, and today I was able to exit for over $4,000 in profits. And all I did was swing trade two contracts to the long side and basically exit at that past higher high. Today we're looking at TrazeZella, which is my trade review platform where I go through all of my trades and have all of the stats on my trades so that after the fact I can review kind of what went well and what went poorly with a given trade. I ended up exiting this trade on Tuesday, February 18th, so it was last week, and we can see here kind of how the trade was structured, kind of my classic buy the dip strategy on the future side, and I essentially added when I woke up and saw confirmation of my idea working, and then obviously into this monster vertical move. That is where I ended up cutting profits, and we'll look in ThinkorSwim as to kind of where my key levels were as well. If we open up the running P&L for the trade, this was also a really nice trade in terms of the P&L, right? I was kind of flat with my final contract, my first contract for quite a while, and then a couple hours into holding the trade, right, we can see it really ramped and hit target after the open there. So wasn't in drawdown, wasn't in a stressful trade, and I also waited to add till a really good spot that we can kind of look through here. We can also see my executions. So here are date stamps and timestamps for kind of when I entered. As I said, I entered two different contracts, then I exited those two contracts together for a P&L of about $4,000 or a little over $4,000. If we open up my ThinkorSwim platform, we can see those same entries and exits as well as we can kind of see why I did the trade. So here on the left is the hourly time frame for natural gas. So kind of a good zoomed out view where we can see really the whole month of February down here on the x-axis. And all of these candles represent 1 hour of natural gas. And so we can see really for the last few weeks, gas has been trending higher and higher. Really all of these dips have been great buying opportunities. Here are just a few examples. And that's really all I did here. So my first entry was right here. And I essentially added when I woke up as that started holding this black trend line and kind of turning into kind of what I looked at as the next leg higher in the uptrend. Obviously, in terms of targets, right, our main target here was that 3.8-ish area, right? That was a double top for natural gas, so definitely a pretty important supply zone. And that was kind of what I was looking at going into the trade. You can see that's actually exactly where I exited as well when price pushed past that and then had kind of a nasty 30 tick rejection or so. That's actually where I ended up cutting both of my contracts. I like to use key levels for kind of targets, but also areas where I can kind of watch reactions for. And at that time, it seemed like a really nice exit. It was also kind of the full profit target as I planned when I entered the trade. This was a really nice trade where I was able to risk very little, right? It was kind of a small stop loss in this case based on my entries. Kind of my average was really nice here. And I was able to have really outsized returns based on that risk to reward. Obviously, it kept going, and that's where we're able to actually day trade it kind of once it hits target. But in this case, that was kind of how I took the swing trade portion of the trade. And then, as we mentioned, right, gas has been on kind of a monster move, and it's still going as well, which we were able to capture a large chunk of that with just day trades and scalps, essentially. If you have any questions, leave those down below. Also, like and subscribe. We have a lot more trade recaps and trading tips coming in 2025. Really excited to bring that value to the team. And let me know if you need anything. Thanks, guys.